In today's video, we're going to talk about how Tekashi 6ix9ine canceled the whole cancel culture. Let's get after it. What's going on, beautiful people, and welcome to the Majestic Lifestyle Coaching Channel, a place where we discuss tips and tricks concerning character building, entrepreneurship, and social media. We do post every Monday and Wednesday, and if you're new to this channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button right below and becoming part of this family, and also hitting the notification bell so you can be informed whenever we post new videos. Now, I know I didn't post any videos this Monday, but oh my gosh, it's a whole headache. I'll get into it in just a little bit. So first things first, if you've tuned into this channel before, you realize that that's a little bit of a different setup. I've got a TV playing behind with your boy Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I've got the arm thing again because I'm holding the phone. Why? Because there's a little light that I had purchased. I had it on top of the bracket that's holding the phone, but I never liked the light just in front of me. So I tried the light to the side. So of course that bracket is holding the light, and now I have to hold the phone myself. So that's the setup that I'm going with today. Tell me, hey, what do you guys think? What do you guys, leave a comment below. What do you think of this setup right here? Not the most comfortable setup, but gives you a little different look, lighting, things like that. Anyway, and also about this past Monday, peeps, I did a whole studio setup. Like this whole area back here, I did a whole studio like setup with my actual real camera, the Canon 7D. I did a light setup with things that I have in the house, a whole fancy thing. And come to find out, after taping 3 sessions, 3 different videos on Sunday night, staying up till about 5 o'clock in the morning to start editing it, and on Monday I try to get to finish the rest. It was taking like 5 hours to even render halfway through, which is something that you have to do in order to help the video quality stay at its best to continue editing. And man, this is the reality. I was it put me down after that. I was done. I was out. So I was like, let me just put this to the side. Obviously I can't post today, but I'm gonna come back. Took a couple of days. At first I was like, I'm not even gonna post this week. But as you can see, coming back, I'm like, you know what? Ready to go, let's go. So that's why the setup is different. That's why I didn't post earlier, but that's what happened. Anyway, just wanted to let you guys know. Let's get to the story at hand. So unless you don't follow social media and everything that comes with it, if you don't follow mainstream media, hip-hop news, things like that, if you don't follow any of these things, you probably don't know about what's going on with this guy behind me right here. But if you do, no surprise. This is the man of the weekend. Not for the best reasons, but it was his weekend. And I wanted to touch on that because this translates a lot. What happened this weekend translates a lot to people's lives and what they go through. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is this. I don't promote or condone more than half the thing this guy does. The video that he came out with this weekend, a lot of his content is about shooting, using the derogatory names, a lot of negative things which I don't care for, and I don't condone, I don't advocate for. So although I respect his hustle, I wish he did it in a more clean way, in a more positive way, instead of that gangster, all that junk that comes with it. But anyway, this is gonna be, we're gonna touch up on a lesson that we can clearly take from what happened this weekend. So if anyone knows this situation, in 2018, 2019, he was one of the biggest artists, getting a lot of numbers. How did he get this big? No one knows. He trolls a lot of people. He linked up with a gang that he wasn't really part of the gang, but he used them for clout. He's an interesting character, but he blew up. He was making lots and lots and lots of money. And all of a sudden it came crashing down when the cops and FBI arrested him and his whole clique. Fast forward, this happened November of 2018. By February of 2019, he was convicted, but he took a plea because he told on everybody. He ratted everybody out. The next video, I'm gonna do a 3-part series on this. Today's video is about the cancel part. I'm actually gonna do a video tomorrow to make up for the rest of this week That's gonna be on the breakdown of what exactly he did. So that's gonna be the second lessons. How did he reestablish himself after the whole snitching thing? That's a key thing to understand as a business person and as a person in dealing with other people as well in life. Like, you learn these lessons. And on Friday, we're gonna talk about his haters. So today is about the canceling part. If you know anything about this guy, when he went to prison, everybody said he was done, especially when he ratted out his friends. Now, I'm just gonna quickly say, this whole don't snitch stuff, I think it's a bunch of crap, because you have a code between a whole bunch of people who do illegal things to kill one another, and you want to uphold a code. That's trash. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. If that's what you like, go ahead and live that life. I think it's just, I'd rather see the best for my community and for my people all together than worry about this snitching business. But anyway, going back to the point that I was saying. So in 2019, when he went to prison and ratted everybody out, every big artist, every news, everybody in the hip hop industry said he was done. That's it. He'll never rap again. His fans are never gonna follow him. He'd snitch. He did the worst things for the street and the code and all the blah blah blah. All of this and that and the third. So fast forward to 2020, as we all know, Corona hit. This guy was actually let out from prison a year early to complete his sentence at home for the rest of the year, because he did have a 2-year sentence after he ratted everybody out. So now he was home. He went home, laid low. Like I said, everyone you know said he wasn't gonna be able to come out ever again, tour or anything. But lo and behold, this past weekend, he dropped a video on Friday called Gooba. Within an hour, it had 5 million views. On Sunday, when I was originally filming this series on my regular camera, the whole studio thing, it had 67 million views. By the time I went to bed, it had like over 70 million views. And yesterday, I think it has over 160 million views. Now, it's just crazy. I said all that to say this. Oftentimes, people mess up. One thing I want you to understand is we are all human beings. We all have mistakes. We all have faults. We all have things we do wrong. Oftentimes, when I call it a firing squad. A lot of human beings like to sit in the firing squad and it turns like a dial. When it's that person's turn, facing over here, everybody else shoots at them. And then the dial turns and everyone else shoots at the person that's up that did something wrong. People love to do that. So you mess up, they'll cancel you, you're done, you never go anywhere, you never be anybody, this, that, and the third. People love to speak on what's gonna happen on someone else's life. I never do that because it's a waste of your time and energy. Like, there's better things you can do. Focus on yourself versus speaking on what a person may or may not do. But unfortunately, the reality is a lot of people allow that to affect them. So you messed up. You did something really wrong. You did something really bad. Like what happened with Tekashi. And all of a sudden, you're depleted. You're just done. You don't want to do what you're supposed to do anymore. You don't do what you're passionate about because people canceled you. This guy could have came out of prison. He was released early to serve the rest of his sentence at home on April 2nd of this year. He could have just laid low, be like, oh, woe is me, I'm not good enough. But this dude said, nah, bump that. I'm going to come back hard, and I'm going to come back harder than ever. And to much of everyone's surprise, he had millions of views on his YouTube video. Again, the Gooba video, I don't even promote that because it's all about women shaking their butts with short shorts. No. To me, that's just tasteless art. There's ways to capture the female, a female form, the woman's form, in way classier, better ways. Just twerking, short shorts, and turned around, just shaking. To me, that's just whatever. I'm not gonna advocate for that. So I don't like the video, but I'm just talking about what he did with his brand. So remember, that's what I'm talking about. The lessons that we can draw as business owners and as people dealing with other human beings in life. So he had 5 million views on Friday, and then he went live on Instagram that night and had 2 million views on the live. That's the highest amount of views on a live on Instagram. Now, tune in tomorrow. I will give you a full breakdown of exactly what he did perfectly in order to relaunch his platform. But he had the most attention this weekend. And like I said, he didn't just lay down. He got up and told people exactly how he feels and what he's gonna do. And people you have two choices. Some people came back, they loved it. Some people were like, whatever. And some people were like, I'm going to destroy you. I'll be talking about that on Friday. But the lesson here is this. It's simply this. No one can cancel you. I don't care what you did. No one can cancel you. If you did something that's really bad, if you have to go to prison, go pay your time, go pay your dues, apologize, fess up, do better, come back stronger. If it's regular things in life, you mess up, things happen in life, apologize, fess up, and go forward. But people wasting their energy, like I see the social media all the time. Someone gets upset at somebody else for their viewpoint, for what they believe in, for what they're saying, this, that, and a third. And all of a sudden, they want to cancel you. They want to talk bad about you. They want to belittle you. They want to end you. And at the end of the day, no one can do that. And you yourself, we have to learn that it's a waste of time speaking on other people that we disagree with. Listen, we might have points that are very, very harsh, very different from one another. Especially, for example, if you think about politics now today, a lot of people completely disagree vehemently against each other. But it's not a reason to cancel somebody. People have to live their lives. People have to go on. So we have to learn not to be that hater, to speak on somebody that much. Like I said, if someone does something out of, someone does something that's racist, there's some prices you got to pay. But eventually, you have to give that person a chance to get their life together, make amends, and move on. So 2 lessons here is, let's learn not to be the haters. And when people discount you and pretty much cancel you, that has nothing to do with your life. Don't ever forget that. It has nothing to do with you. So that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it today. Remember, no one can cancel you. He showed the biggest example of how life does go on. Even after you do something supposedly so grave, you can make amends. You can come back harder than ever. It all depends on how you view yourself and how you feel about yourself. Hold your head up high. Look people in the eyes. I'm sorry. Apologize when you have to apologize. But once you move on, move on. Let it go. Don't ever think about it again. And don't allow anybody to hold it over your head. As a matter of fact, take it and make it your own. But I'm going to come back on tomorrow's video and we'll discuss exactly the steps he took that was perfect to handle this whole situation. All right, folks. So that's my goal for you, is you never allow someone to cancel you or tell you what you can and cannot do. If you have a vision for a business you want to build, a lifestyle you want to build, if you come from a family of doctors and you just want to be an artist, go do that. Shout out to the doctors. I have a lot of nurses and medical people in my family. I love it. It's a beautiful thing. But you have to understand, if you have to take your own path, if you want to just travel the world and just help out in missionary work, if you want to just give back to communities, if you want to clean up oceans, if you want to just paint, if you just want to do music and you're good and passionate about it, go for it. Don't ever let anyone tell you because you did this, that, and the third, you can't do that, or how far you can go. Keep that in mind. That is all part of the character building that we work on to become our best selves, so we can become the entrepreneurs and big business owners that we strive to become. All right, peeps, so that's it for today. If you enjoyed today's conversation and you pick something up from it. Hopefully you did, and you become stronger than ever, and you become a better entrepreneur day by day. Do me a favor, hit the like button right below, and also hit the subscribe button and notification bell to become part of this family. And leave a comment below. Like I said earlier, let me know what you think of this, and let me know what you think of the whole 6ix9ine situation as well. So remember, we normally only post Mondays and Wednesdays, but this week I'm giving you a special to make up for earlier this week. I'm gonna be posting tomorrow and Friday, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, do me a favor, live your best life and live the majestic lifestyle.